the news, bill to establish comprehensive firearms control passes second reading at Senate. Ben Akak Foundation engages youth in Central Senatorial District of Cross River State. Plus, Governor Wike calls for unity among PDP supporters. A very good evening to you. Welcome to the news at 7. I am Achibong Basi. It is no longer news that education is the bedrock of any society and that every family desires the best education for their children and wards for self-development. But then, how are parents coping with the payments of children's school fees and other charges, especially when children are more than two in a family? Erica EV in the special examine wards educational pursuits and students in view of the prevailing economic realities and incessant increment in school fees.
Have you paid your school fees?
No, ma.
Have you paid your school fees?
Yes, ma.
The issues surrounding the payment of school fees, other charges, and transport fare over the years has constituted a major challenge to some parents, especially the low-income earners in the society, and it has contributed to low grades and psychological trauma among children. In worst cases, children are not allowed to go to school because of parents' inability to meet up with the challenges.
Parents find it difficult because of the economy of the country and things that is happening that they find it difficult to pay. Some of them have about 2 or 3 children in school.
Some civil servants up to this point have not been paid, and for the business, those are into businesses. Now the cost of tax should be reduced for them, so they will have some leftover cash that they can use and support their wards in their school.
Considering the society that we are in right now, planning is very essential. First, consider the number of children you should have. At this point, a lot of parents don't give birth to more than 3 any longer. So if you start by first planning the number of children you have, at least you've started something.
Some parents who spoke with NTA News crew expressed worries over their children's education, more so in the face of high cost of educational materials.
This is a hard economy and no job and the rest, things have been very difficult and tough.
It's not easy to cover school fees. If you're a parent, you will be able to know that all these things, they are part of the life challenges.
Life is becoming very hard, and to think of tomorrow, it might become harder than this. So the government needs to arise to the aid of some parents. And to parents, I think that one of those things, because I am also a parent in a way. So speaking from experience, parents should plan for their children.
Some education stakeholders, while reiterating commitment to impact knowledge on the children, however, still advise parents to find a way out of the challenges to prepare the children for future endeavors.
The level of fee payment by my students is actually going down somehow because of the hardship faced by their parents.
Parents don't prepare ahead for their child's fees because, in our system, everything should be about planning. You plan towards the next term or the next session. So if you, during the holidays, if you have like expenditures, you try to include their fees in your budget
and reduce the cost of fees. Madam, the cost of fees are expensive. Parents are complaining. They do not have jobs. Some of them who have jobs are not paid.
Respondents say, considering the prevailing economic situation in the country, it is advisable for parents to give birth to children they can cater for, while appealing to school authorities to be considerate in the area of fee increase and charges. In Calabar, Erica EV, NTA News.
The Ben Akak Foundation has held an interactive session with youths from the Central Senatorial District to chart a way forward on the numerous challenges confronting youths in the area. The session availed the youths opportunity to interface with the foundation and brainstorm on ways they can be engaged meaningfully. Coordinator of Ben Akak Foundation Youth House, Dr. Victor Ndifon, said the essence of the youth houses in all the senatorial districts is to build human capacity by engaging the youth in skills acquisition empowerment program and give succor to the poorest of the poor through scholarship scheme. Dr. Ndifon, while highlighting some of the achievements of the youth houses in the past months, commended the youths for sharing their plight with the foundation and promised the foundation's resolve to ensure all their problems receive adequate attention. To win the fight against cancer and bring hope to persons already living with the disease, wife of Akwa Ibom State Governor Martha Udom Emmanuel is advocating increased awareness campaigns and crowdfunding to mitigate the financial burden for the treatment of persons already living with cancer. She staged the advocacy while addressing medical women during a pink charity ball to raise awareness and funds for cancer programs. The report.
Cancer is reported to be the second leading cause of deaths globally, and every year, Africa records about 1.1 million new cases of cancer, resulting in up to 700,000 deaths. Projections are that cancer death rate will rise exponentially over the next 20 years, outstripping the global average by 30%. These statistics have continued to raise concerns, and wife of Akwa Ibom State Governor Martha Udom Emmanuel pledges that her office is committed to investing in care for indigent persons suffering from cancer. Martha Udom, while interacting with medical women in Akwa Ibom State during a pink charity bowl for cancer awareness and funding, called for urgent renewed efforts to curb new cancer cases.
If everybody contributes that little mite every month, it will go a long way for them to be able to save those ones that will go to them that does not have money. But in all of this, awareness is the key thing.
The female doctors in Akwa Ibom State, under the umbrella of Medical Women Association of Nigeria, say they are committed to activities that will curb the impact of cancer, especially among women.
Also been able to sponsor a few indigent women by providing financial support in their treatment of breast and cervical cancers.
Our project has been the fight against cancers that affect women. And I remember that of recent, we added prostate cancer.
These stakeholders are advocating government and individuals' involvement in the fight against cancer. In Uyo, Ifoma Aihochi, NTA News.
The federal government has averted aviation unions' industrial unrest scheduled to kick off February 8th. The suspension was due to a satisfactory response to the two issues affecting the unions. Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, informed the media that all agencies that have not paid the national minimum wage should write to National Salaries, Income and Wages Commission through the Ministry of Aviation for consideration and evaluation. The meeting also agreed that the issue of condition of service affecting agencies under Aviation Ministry is to be addressed together with its financial implications. The meeting concluded that by the end of first quarter of 2022, the Aviation Ministry should ensure the approval, release and implementation of the revised conditions of service for all workers in the agencies under Aviation Ministry. Nigeria Center for Disease Control has confirmed 35 new cases of COVID-19 as at 7th February 2022. The statistics show that Gombe tops the chart with 16 cases, followed by Rivers with 12 cases. Cross River has 8, Kaduna and Niger recorded 4 cases each, Kwara 3, Bayelsa 2, Kano 2, while Ogun and Oyo has 1 case respectively. The total number of confirmed cases stands at 253,780, with 230,145 persons treated and discharged, while 3,139 persons have died of the virus. You are watching news reaching you from the studios of Nta Calabar. You can watch this newscast on our YouTube channel at YouTube/Nta Calabar. A break now. News continues shortly. Good to have you back. Senate is making efforts to provide legal framework for a comprehensive system of firearms control and to provide for all matters connected therewith. The bill, which passed second reading, intends to regulate movements of arms and ammunition, among other things. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, during plenary announced the PDP's nomination of Senator Shuaibu Issa Law from Taraba North as the new deputy minority leader of the Senate.
Following the recent defection of our Senate deputy minority leader, Senator Emmanuel Boacha, to the ruling APC, the PDP Senate caucus has nominated as his replacement Senator Shuaibu Issa Law. Senator Law is from Taraba State, the northeast geopolitical zone of the country, where the position has been zoned.
Mr. President, I had to leave because I seek to breathe better. This day, I announce henceforth my exit from the People's Democratic Party and to join the governing party because of visible presence of the party in my senatorial district.
Meanwhile, the House of Representatives is working on a legislation to facilitate the establishment of a Center for Vaccine Research and Development in Nigeria. The bill to that effect was passed at second reading by the House. The center shall be mandated to, among other things, conduct research of diagnostics, therapeutics, and vaccines for infections that pose a risk to public health. The lawmakers noted that establishment of the agency conforms with what obtains in other countries which have in existence a Center for Disease Control and a Center for Vaccine Research and Development. Members of People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the country have been asked to minimize internal wrangling and work for the party's cohesion to face next year's general elections. Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, said the party can only get it right if there is unity of purpose, particularly among leaders. He was speaking when he visited former Governor of Kaduna State, Senator Ahmed Mohamed Makarafi. Dauda Mohammed reports.
The visit has dual purpose: to allow Governor Wike opportunity to welcome Senator Makarafi back from his medical trip and also consult with him on issues of national interest. Governor Wike and his host met with PDP critical stakeholders in Kaduna State to discuss issues of mutual understanding. Issues were discussed behind closed doors, which lasted for 30 minutes. Speaking to newsmen, Governor Nyesom Wike said PDP, as the main opposition party, must put its acts together ahead of 2023 general elections.
We are supporting the national chairman, and that's why we are saying anything that can be done should be done to make sure we give them the needed support to move the party forward. Only one man cannot solve this problem. Only one man cannot. You need the support of everybody.
We have to build the party first. We have to be united, and north or south, east or west. When the time comes and we sit down and say, looking at the environment, this is the best way we all go.
Governor Wike continues his consultation with visit to Jos, the Plateau State capital, where he is expected to meet with PDP supporters in the state. Dauda Mohammed, NTA News.
Commissioner of Police, Kogi State Command, Edward Ebuka, has swiftly dispatched a crack team of senior police personnel to investigate and unravel the circumstances surrounding the attack on the Kenne Area Command Office on Sunday. The Nigeria Police Force team was led by Deputy Commissioner of Operation, Kogi State Command. Speaking off camera to the media at the scene of the incident, he said the police will leave no stone unturned to unravel those behind the attack. The Deputy Commissioner of Operations said the police will release details of its investigation as soon as it is concluded. Some of the items paraded include live ammunition and a personal belonging of the neutralized criminal. And that's the size of a package for tonight. But before we go, let's take a look at some of the stories that made the headlines. Senate is making efforts to provide legal framework for a comprehensive system of firearms control. The Ben Akak Foundation has held an interactive session with youths from the Central Senatorial District to proffer solution on numerous challenges confronting the youths. We also told you that Governor Nyesom Wike said the People's Democratic Party, PDP, can only get it right if there is unity of purpose among members. Thank you so much for staying with us. To have a pleasant evening.